like I'm allergic. Like I'm allergic to the mic.
Oh boy. Uh-oh. That's how it felt.
You're not going to get your verse.
Yeah, I was going to say, episode 100 is when you're supposed to start acting like that, not like episode 39. Come on, man.
I'm practicing.
You practicing pretending like you can't be on the mic.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, boy. All right. Well, what up, y'all? You alive on Rap Sucks Radio with your homeboy Track Life and your fam, Kev Sakota.
What up?
We are glad that you guys tuned in wherever you tuning in from, whatever platform you're using. We just appreciate y'all, and we hope that you guys like, subscribe, share, comment, discuss, get down with us, rate, do all of that.
Please.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But yo, real quick, man. Star Wars is dropping this Friday. You going to see it or not?
I knew it was coming at some point. Had no idea it was this Friday. Have no plans to participate.
Oh, come on! I'm over here fronting like I'm gonna go to the movie theater and see it. I'm gonna wait anyway. I'm not.
That's what I was wondering.
I'm not even almost going to a movie theater to see that, especially on opening night.
I mean, it used to be a wonderful thing to do, even if it was a massive pain in the neck. But now it's like, really?
Yeah, not even close. What's the last movie you saw opening night?
Couldn't even tell you. I literally couldn't tell you. I don't know. Because if you get your phone and you just hold it really close to your face, it's mad big. It's like IMAX.
Well, yeah, and then the eyes fall out your head. But yeah, the last premiere I saw was Poetic Justice. We'll never forget that, yo. That's the last premiere that I saw, yo.
Wow. Yeah, I used to go to stuff all the time, but especially also like, I feel like, and I don't know if it happened out here while I was in New York, but I feel like there was always these reports about people getting bed bugs at the movie theaters.
Nah, I don't remember that.
Nah, I'm good. Don't need that.
I don't ever remember that happening. That's hilarious. Oh, man. All right, well, real quick for all the Star Wars heads out there, I'm going to say this before we go into the break. I understand that people read the books and have read all the, Lucasfilm's books and all of that, but all of them legend stories is corny and don't nobody care about none of that until it's canon. So don't sit up here and tell me anything about an old book with some goofball story. All that junk is goofball. You might as well read Goosebumps. We'll see you on the other side. Don't talk to me about no trash no more. Peace. Radio.
Especially now that it's everything is unlimited minutes.
Yep.
Yo, I don't have a lot of minutes, man. Hurry up. What?
I don't even remember. That's so far back, I can't even remember that time.
You don't remember having to wait? You waited until after a certain time?
I do. I'm saying it's so long ago that I don't remember the feeling of it. Like, yo, I don't have a lot of minutes. Call me back like after 7. I'm gonna holler at you. Yeah, I can't even. I can't. Yo, thank y'all for tuning in. You on Rap Sucks Radio with your homeboy Track Life and your fam, Kev Sakota.
Wi-Fi calling sucks.
Oh boy, that was our nerd news presentation right there. All right, so let's go ahead, man. Let's go ahead and jump in Out Here Trippin'.
Okay.
Lizzo. Wait, hold up. I gotta say this right. Times Entertainer of the Year, Lizzo, is out here tripping. Well, Lizzo decided to twerk in a thong at a Laker game. And
by the way, I echoed you as I sometimes do, being your hype man, and I said tripping. But I have I have maintained a conscientious objection to participating in this conversation in any form or fashion.
I've super tried to, but there are layers to it. I've tried to avoid the conversation, but there are some. I mean, there's not a lot to it, so I'm not going to drag it out. But there are some layers to it that I find pretty interesting. But either way, she was at the Lakers Minnesota Timberwolves game. She says she's in love with Karl Anthony Towns, but as she was placed on the jumbotron camera, she decided to turn around and show him her thong and twerk a little bit, and the camera they immediately panned from her, and it's caused a crazy outrage about how you should conduct yourself at a game, and some Laker fans wanted her banned from the arena, and it just it just got crazy. And then there's a body shaming conversation about all of this. Sure. So yeah. So how much are you aware of this? I guess that's a good question. Good place to start.
No, I'm pretty well aware of it. The funny thing is that were you watching the game?
I was. Yep.
Did you catch it when it happened?
I did. I absolutely did catch it when it happened.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So your reactions, I would think much different from mine, but I definitely knew what was happening. What's funny is that in none of the articles that talk about it did they mention whether or not the Lakers crushed the Timberwolves that night.
Nope. Didn't even talk about the game.
Not at all, right?
Nope.
So she really helped her boy doing that. But yeah, all the other issues, it's all nonsense. It's like again, you and me both talk about whatever you want to talk about on the internet. We're not going to be the ones telling you not to talk. Why are you talking about that when you should be talking about this? No. Go ahead.
Nah.
Talk about it if you want to talk about it.
Right.
But really?
Yeah. Well, okay. I'd like to kind of tear through some of this though, because
much like she did, just peel back the layers to this
right
wide flat onion.
So you could get me in a lot of trouble. So
me?
Nah, check it out. I think what's interesting about stories like these as we wrap up the 2019 is on its way to being wrapped up, right? Like what I think we saw more of this
unlike Lizzo's ass.
What we saw a lot of this year were stories that had like a kind of a direct path of truth to them. Right. Mm-hmm. And if you start at the beginning of the story and get to the end of the story, there wasn't much to it. It just was, and a lot of that has to do with publicists and people of that nature carrying these things over. I'm aware of that. But once you started adding all the other components to this and then some of the false reporting, it was like, okay, but see, this is how this gets ridiculous, right? When I was watching the game and I saw Shorty on the screen, I said, wow, I don't know why she looks familiar. Like, I was like, I guess she must be like an actress or something, because I don't know off top what Lizzo looks like, And then she stood up, and plus she was in the front row, so I was like, all right, well, she's got to be somebody with some bread,
Sure.
And then she turned around, I was like, oh, you tripping. And then they panned from it, and I kind of laughed, like I laughed at how quick the cameraman got off that. Like, it was like camera two, like they just switched it,
Right.
And I thought that was pretty much the end of the story. So then you find out that it's Lizzo, and you say, all right, well, that was a clear publicity stunt. You was hyped to get on camera because you probably knew you would have gotten on camera, right?
Right.
So then that happens, right? So then you got people. So I picking through this story, you got, I guess I'll break it down into A, B, and C. You got your people who are saying, I don't want my kids to see that at a game, and she should be banned, right?
Right.
Then you got your people saying, the B people that I'll try to address as well, or we can address, which are the she should be able to do whatever she wants and don't body shame her people, right?
Right.
And then you have the people who are celebrating her allegedly being banned from the game, right? And those are the C people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, say that last one again?
You have the C people who are allegedly cheering on the fact that she's been banned from Staples.
Oh, right.
So the C people are pretty simple. You guys World Star News is not legit reporting, so you guys can go ahead and knock it off today if you like. I mean, you could knock it off tomorrow, but today would probably be preferable. So that makes that easy.
Today's almost over.
Yeah. So let's start with A. So you have a bunch of people who were saying that it was inappropriate to act that way at a game, and that you shouldn't. They don't want their kids to see some of those images, right? And I'm not. I think I should make it really clear in all this is that I'm not defending her actions. I do think it was silly and a bit too much. Like, come on, you know what I'm saying? But there's no but to that. Well, see, no pun intended. But. Or to any of it, really.
Getting started early, aren't you there, Rich?
But I didn't particularly care. But I could see where, a lot of adults would be upset. But I'm not sure if the Laker girls are fully dressed out there either. If we're worried about what kids see at games. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
right.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the Laker girls are dressed, for your kid to not see that. Yeah. Okay, let's start there. You could take it from there.
Yeah. Well, and that's a great place for me to jump in because I being aware of it means that I saw one. I knew what happened. This happened. Okay. I know what the reactions generally are going to be. Don't care to have any one of those reactions.
Right.
But along with that, you see the still image, which is probably the clearest image of the incident, right?
I haven't seen the still image, by the way, but yes.
It's a picture of what happened. It literally looks like the chalkboard when your science teacher is teaching you about mitosis. Like, you can't tell what's going on. It's just really big. It's like just two cells dividing on an overhead projector. That's what it looked like.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay. All right. So if you want to be really upset about that, that's one thing. And yes, if you put her in what the Laker girls wear, you would have seen a lot more.
You would have seen a lot more. That's true, too. That's true, too. But it's one of those things where I need some clarity from those people. Like, what is it that you don't want your kids to see? Do you don't want them to see half-naked women? Or do you not want them to see half-naked Lizzo? You see what I'm saying? Because if it's not, right. If you're trying not to see half-naked women, then them kids can't watch no halftime. They can't watch between turnovers or, between timeouts. They just can't watch anything right. But the game. You got to put your hands over their eyes regardless. So I guess that kind of leads into the body image thing, which here's what I need y'all to take into 2020. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you present it, it will be critiqued, and that is not shaming. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like if you gonna turn around in a thong and you a bone skinny woman, you gonna be called. You might be called a couple names for it. If you gonna turn around in a thong and be Lizzo, you might be. When you present it, it's going to be critiqued. And there's a difference between shaming and critique, because it ain't. Unlike the Laker girls, it ain't your job to dance half naked up there. So if they talk about you physically, you presented it publicly to be talked about. You know what I'm saying? There's one thing if you just at McDonald's ordering a hamburger and somebody, put you on and, filmed you with a camera phone and put you on Instagram. Okay, that's shaming. But if you presented it for public view and people criticize and say, I don't like the way it looked, then you just gonna have to hold this L. That's how that works.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, listen, there are definitely things that, and Lizzo's pretty new, I would imagine she's been practicing what she's doing for a long time, and she's right now having a very huge moment,
Yeah.
One would, be totally justified in saying deservedly so.
Sure.
But she hasn't had a lot of content that we have to sort of take in. But, she's had a few videos. The videos I've seen or the performances that I have seen, either images of or actually seen the performances. It's like she'll wear outfits that are like, well, that is unique to see a person that size wearing that particular thing.
Sure.
But who cares?
Don't matter to me.
It's unique to see it's unique to see Kevin Hart dress up like The Rock for Halloween. Who cares?
Doesn't matter. But
and from the best I could tell, she didn't care what anybody thought. I mean, she might not dig it, but it's like she was like, whatever. Basically, was her sort of Twitter reaction, right?
Well, she's been her for a long time, right? Or she's been her for her whole life. So I'm imagining that any of that type of criticism she's heard before. But for those that are bothered by that criticism, it's like you gotta get off that. You have to get off that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if
and another,
what's up?
Oh, go ahead.
Like I said, if you are just walking up the street and somebody takes a picture of you and puts it on the internet, that is shaming. But if you are, in Lizzo's situation, or somebody who doesn't even have her name, like without a namesake, if you're at a basketball game and you do what she did, you presented your body for judgment, and it is going to be judged. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's one thing in 2019 and prior that we've had this problem with, is people presenting something for judgment, you know what I'm saying, and then being upset. She wasn't, but then there's a public outcry, or the person themselves is upset because it was judged. And that's the part that's irritating me about that part of the discussion, Yeah,
and also, like, I don't even look at it as judgment. It's just like, hey, man, it's one thing if I'm the same size as Lizzo, because if the body shaming seems to be across the board. One, it's a sexist thing, so let's get that out of the way, right? We're idiots,
very clearly so,
man.
Yes,
but also, like, thing about being a big girl, but if I am. Say I am another woman who is the same size as Lizzo, and I'm up in the nosebleed seats. I happen to bend over to pick up my popcorn, and my pants split, and that gets caught on camera, and then I'm a laughingstock. Yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah, it's messed up. Yeah,
that's legit. Like, come on.
Yeah,
have some, have a little bit of class, right?
Right.
But yeah, she knew it. She obviously did it on purpose. She knew she was on camera. So, it's not so much, I don't think that she's like presenting it for judgment as she is saying, deal with it. Either you're going to like it, you're not going to like it. You think it's funny, you don't think it's funny. I'm having fun, whatever.
Right. Right. Sure.
So,
yeah.
I mean, whatever.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit extra. And the last really quick point, we can move on after this, but the last really quick point is she was not banned from Staples Center. But if she was, it would be...
No, that was all a lie, right?
Yeah, that was all a lie. But if she was, it'd be really odd for a team whose team owner once did a Playboy spread to then turn around and ban somebody for... You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not do this, guys. I mean, this is weird.
Yeah, and I'm going to take it a step further. I've only been to the Forum a couple times and Staples a few times. But I've been close enough to see the people courtside.
Mm-hmm.
And for every Lizzo who happened to end up being on TV because she's super famous, there's a little skinny girl who's getting paid by the hour to watch a Lakers game courtside, who's bent over and shown her full crack.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Perhaps not intentionally, but come on, give me a break.
Yeah, knock it off. A lot of them came in there with Jerry Buss himself. So before, rest in peace, brother. But come on. Or came in there with Magic. Anyway, on to the next topic.
Oh. Okay.
Wait, maybe they didn't come in there with Magic because Magic. All right. Anyway, next topic. I gotta say this to Kev, Title King Kev.
Uh-huh.
What in the wide world of white privilege?
Somehow, when I write a title that I am proud of, I find it even more entertaining when you, my friend, read it.
Put my own spin on the title.
Put your own spin. You just got to put a little bit of stank on that thing, and then it goes.
It's so true, though. Man accused of slapping reporter's bottom. I love the fact that we've had two ass topics in a row. Man accused of slapping reporter's bottom on live television is charged with misdemeanor sexual battery. I did not pair these two subjects together, by the way. They just happened to come back to back.
Yeah, it's because your segues are terrible.
But segues are really bad. CBS News reports this. The man's name is Tommy Calloway. The woman's name, the reporter's name, whom he slapped on the bottom is Alex Bozarjian. So I'll read real quick a little bit from the article. The man accused of slapping a reporter's bottom during a live television report was arrested Friday, Savannah police said. Tommy Calloway, age 43, was charged with misdemeanor sexual battery. Bianca Johnson of the Savannah Police Department confirmed to CBS News. Calloway posted bond. Reporter Alex Bozarjian was covering the in-market Savannah Bridge run on Saturday when a man ran by and appeared to slap her. Can I just don't want to say bottom anymore. Slap her ass.
Oh, I thought you did it on purpose.
No, it's in the article.
Yeah, it's great.
So yeah, he ran by. So if anybody's seen the video clip, people were running by the reporter doing random different things like cheering or hands in the air, whatever. Right. And he decided to smack her on the ass as he ran by, right there on live television.
Man. But that's the thing. I'm so glad it was caught on camera. Because I watched the video again. I watched it a few times just because there's so much to take in that whatever 5 seconds of video it is. Mm-hmm. Not even that. And I am so glad he was caught on camera doing this because otherwise I 100% guarantee that the black dude who was right in front of him.
Thank you so much.
would have been blamed. He was literally the only man, woman, child, or gorilla-suited person who didn't act like a complete idiot when they saw the camera.
Yeah.
Like so the gorilla guy goes by and freaks her out because he's a guy in a gorilla suit. You're an idiot. Then some woman does something stupid to the camera guy. Yep. Then the kid is an idiot.
Yep. Kids and
then the black dude runs by and he's being professional. He puts his hands up in the air, steers well clear. He leaves the proper white girl distance.
That's a real thing.
And finishes running the race. And right behind him is this idiot.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like...
Which super funny that you mentioned that. And I need everybody in Rap Sucks Radio world to understand that I didn't mention it, Kev did. Because when I saw the report, and it's not the one that I'm going to post on RSR. I took another article. But I was like, I wonder how many people, because it was a still shot of it happening, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, I wonder how many people without reading the article are going to think it's that brother right there that did it. Even though on the article, like on the picture in the article, they circled the guy who did it. And in the article, they made sure to say white male. And I know why they did that, because if you look at the picture in the headline, it looks like the brother was the one that did it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it's almost like he didn't put his arms up in the air to be like Rocky. He did it to say, "These here, hands up."
Hey, can you run back something very important?
What?
Proper white girl distance. That's such a real thing. It's a real thing. Oh man,
you gotta be able to read the room.
Oh my God! Listen. Every person of color, every male of color knows what proper white girl distance is. It's like, all right, hold up. We all in here drinking. But I was standing at least 6 feet away from her when whatever happened. Don't ask me no questions. I went nowhere near her. You know what I'm saying?
Oh. And because the thing is that obviously we don't know anything about her other than this incident. No reason to disparage her in any kind of way. Of course not. But if she had an inclination to be a racist person, mm-hmm. It could have gone a lot different. The only other thing that was sort of a very definitive piece of evidence was when the Tommy Calloway, professional golfer Tommy Calloway, smacked her on the bottom. Her face, the only way you could describe the face that she made was someone just smacked me on the ass face.
Yeah. Like, what in the hell is wrong with you people? Was the look on her face.
That's like the worst third base song title ever.
But I love how the articles The article has some shade in it though, because it says Bozargian looks with a shocked expression on her face as the married father of two runs away. Damn, son.
Oh yeah,
yeah. They threw that. The writer lobbed that shade right in there. But this is kind of weird. This is weird.
They're like, I'll see your 1L and I will raise you 3. It's like, go ahead and just hold these. Did you bring a bag?
Right.
Go ahead and hold all these.
It's like being at Target. Do you need a bag? That's 10. Yeah. That's either 10 cents or you can bring in your own bag and take these L's out with you. But this was the part that weirded me out a little bit too, though. Did her statement weird you out a little bit?
Oh, what part of it? I don't remember.
She said, while Calloway's actions were more common several years ago, they're unacceptable.
Yes. Right.
I was like, wait, I'm sorry. What several are we using here?
Yeah, I know. Also, a couple of years ago, you were like 12, so that would have been really just horrendous.
Yeah.
Off the charts.
I'm hoping that there was no point in your lifetime that this was ever acceptable.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that was a little, I don't know. That was just weird word choice.
Yeah, I think that was just odd wording. It was like kind of a chance to make a bigger statement than you needed to make. We got it. Like, dude is whack for that. And anybody who defends dude on that is whack. Like, you don't need to. We got you, sis. You straight.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean?
In fairness, if I was standing there reporting and some dude ran up behind me and smacked my ass, I would have trouble stringing together that many words without there being a lot of fucks and shits. And goddamn, it's included all throughout that sentence.
For real. Yeah. Oh my God! Just pause to note how happy I am that it was on camera. To your point, because I looked at that picture and I was like, that brother would have been wrestled to the ground. Everybody would have ran after him. He'd have been kicked off that bridge. Oh man, that is. Thank you. It's not 1930.
Exactly. Oh man.
But another sign that it's no longer 1930. Well, it's a little later than 1930 when this all dropped. Man, damn, G is the topic title for this topic.
The spot's getting cold.
The spot's getting cold. That is definitely fact. Lowrider, an icon of Chicano culture for more than 40 years that offered a mix of cultural content and political content alongside photographs of unique vintage cars, will cease print by year's end. Yep. Reports the LA Times. Lowrider Mag is officially going out of print. Now, what I wasn't clear on by the article is it going digital? Because it didn't seem like there were plans to make it digital.
I would hope so. I mean, it seems like it would make sense for them to do that.
Okay,
but yeah, it's it's the end of an era.
Man, a brilliant era too, a very brilliant era. Yeah. Because Lowrider meant a lot. Actually, Lowrider meant a lot for LA hip hop. If you were an LA hip hop head, going back to kind of some of the first actual hip hop performances, Frost and Ice-T and all of them, like. Lowrider was actually part of that. They were part of sponsoring that and putting that on. You know what I'm saying?
So. Yeah, man. And shout out to Brando. I totally forgot that Thump Records was a direct offshoot of Lowrider.
Yep. That was the next.
For some reason.
That was another point. Thump.
Yeah. But, man.
Yeah, they. It's weird, man. My favorite LA publication, and this is old, is Rap Pages. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I thought Rap Pages did a brilliant job with the LA Underground in the mid 90s, early 90s. And I thought that it was actually pretty important, like, for a localized scene. Like, you see what Atlanta's has turned into over the years, and I think the LA hip hop scene was kind of a precursor. I mean, I guess all local hip hop scenes, but Atlanta, Los Angeles, New York, Florida and Philly and other places have had their localized scenes grow a lot larger. Of course, the Bay or whatever, but it's hard to actually put into words how important magazines like Lowrider and labels like Thump were to that movement. Like it really is hard to put into words. Like a lot of people's first recording opportunities or first interviews or first just anything within a legit publication happened through Lowrider. So it really sucks to see that type of thing go away. And that's just the rap aspect of it, let alone the greater aspect of it, which is the car culture and the overall Chicano culture. Like there's a lot of wisdom and understanding that came through Lowrider. So this is really noteworthy for the city and for the scene. And I probably would say, like, you know, the western side of the country, really. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. And this article, I'm sure we're going to post up the link to the article from the LA Times. It's something like I wasn't an avid reader of Lowrider.
Me neither.
But I always checked it out.
Yep.
And obviously loved everything that it represented, you know. But it was interesting in reading the article to learn more about sort of the origins of the magazine and the history of it up until now. But the end of it, I think one of the things it ended on was a quote from Steve-O talking about how, to your point, like this is not going to hurt the culture. You know, it's just that the culture has to, the communication and the knowledge and the history of it just goes into different avenues now, you know, whether it be digital or whatever. His photos, you know, Esteban, his photos are maybe more prominent now than they ever were in the past. They just, you know, like you go around and you see them getting stolen by vultures, you know, and stuff like that. So I'm just waiting for an H&M t-shirt.
H&M is definitely gonna be stealing Lowrider logos soon if they haven't already.
But
I'd hate to. I'm not gonna totally disagree with that, but the only thing about this hard copy removal is that collectors' items are going away.
Yeah, it's messed up, man.
You know what I'm saying?
It's something that you cannot. You certainly can't fault anybody, but I think even if you disagree with it or you love the digital transformation, you cannot argue with the fact that, you know, we're losing something.
We are.
Something there is being lost, you know, whether it's the actual, the tactile experience of picking up a magazine and thumbing through it or whatever the case may be. It's like, or yeah, I think something else in the article is how, you know, a dude would go to the liquor store, he'd pick it up, he'd read it cover to cover and stick it in plastic, throw it in a box, and, you know, and he kept his collection. It's like, that's something that's important, you know, and I think that just the way we take in information now is a lot different. One day we're going to look back on 2019 and be nostalgic for something about now.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think so.
You know what I mean?
I mean, we'll look back.
But like remember back when people used to talk to each other? It's like, you know, we just, rather than just transmitting brainwaves.
Right. Yeah. It's funny that I actually had that conversation with Randy. I won't have it here, but a conversation similar with Randy this morning. Yeah, I mean, I think we'll look back at how information traveled in 2019. And I mean, you know, I'm saying in 2019, but up to 2019. And right. We'll look at the kind of transformation of blog culture over a while to somewhat of legitimate news source and news outlet culture.
Sure.
And we'll kind of look at how people felt the need to correct information this year. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was a big deal. And I think that is the bonus of not losing. I'm sorry. That's not the bonus of losing it, but the bonus of gaining digital culture is that you can immediately correct things. You know what I'm saying? Right. If you want to know the right answer, you can know the right answer. It's whether you choose to find the right answer. And that's on any side of the argument. It's that we have an epidemic, if you will, of people just accepting the answer that they want as opposed to looking for the correct answer, right? The actual truth. And
sure.
For Lowrider, this isn't so much a thing because the truths in it were simply just details about the car culture and Chicano culture and hip hop culture and old school culture and everything that goes along with it. You know, LA culture, Southwestern culture, you know? But moving it to digital, I think will have its benefits in answering questions and correcting legend. And I'm looking forward to that. And I'm sure a lot of readers that are young enough to move along with it are looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, and that's it's an interesting point, because now it's more important than ever, because of what you just described, for us to document or at least be aware of what the truth is. Not only what our truth is, but what the truth is,
right? Whether
we like it or not,
right?
Because, you know, you made reference to Emmett Till earlier.
Yeah.
If news traveled back then the way it travels now, there wouldn't be an Emmett Till in history.
Right.
They would have deleted it.
Yep.
If people didn't recognize their favorite people or their most revered people with statues of murderers and you know, men who did terrible things, we wouldn't have conversations today about why is there a Columbus statue up or why is there a Robert E. Lee statue up, because those things would be holograms, and then they would have been turned off.
Yep. Agreed.
You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
So yeah, that's definitely, it's important, but I think we'll figure out a way to, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
transmit those brainwaves properly.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, we live in a virtual world, and we won't have to worry about any of that stuff. Speaking of virtual world, though, this is, I guess, as we talk about technology, I think we've actually naturally segued, because again, people, we didn't plan this next one either.
Man, that was a clean.
This is a pretty clean segue, because speaking of moving into a new world of technology or what have you, I'm rolling with you. I ain't calling this one nerd news. I ain't gonna be no echo for this. Damn nerd news. I throw a TV at you, crazy. You know what I'm saying? An 8-year-old girl has had a terrifying exchange with a stranger after he hacked her family's Ring camera, reports BuzzFeed. I normally write down the people involved. In this case, the people involved are trash ass hackers. I'm gonna paraphrase the story. Like, basically, the young girl's Ring was the family's Ring camera in her sister's room was hacked. The man played strange music, and, well, I don't want to call it strange music, but played eerie music, and just kind of talked to the girl eerily. He told her, like, you can do whatever you want right now. You can mess up your room. You can break your TV. You can do whatever you want. I'm your best friend. He also told her to say the N-word to her mother, which was odd.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, that was so weird. That's what I was trying to figure out. Why did it get so weirdly racist? I was like, is this two different situations? Was I reading the article wrong? But it was a very terrible, horrible, and unsafe and uncomfortable experience for that little girl. And yeah, the weird part about it is that Ring didn't really have any response other than your camera was hacked. So I'm wondering if yeah.
They blamed it on Ukraine. Basically, because I kind of was like, is this one of those password equals guest situations? Right.
But
I mean, that's kind of what they said, but at the same time, it's like, you can literally, anybody who has an issue with security can say that.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, oh, your password must not have been good enough. It's like if someone breaks into your house and the master lock company says, oh, well, I guess your key wasn't good enough. I guess your windows weren't strong enough. It's like, no, show a little bit of class.
Yeah, man. Yeah, because it doesn't matter. Right?
Nobody's really expecting you to do anything, by the way.
Yeah, what can you do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, get your PR game up a little bit, you know. First of all, this dude is a creep.
Definitely.
There used to be rules to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it would have been one thing if they wait till the kid's not there and then the parents in the room and they're like, listen, I know you can hear me. You don't know me, and that's a problem.
Right.
Why don't you get a better password?
Right.
In fact, change all your passwords. In fact, don't put the camera in your kid's room. How about that? All right, see you later.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
And then post that video everywhere. But don't be a jerk about it.
Yep. I
Yeah.
I also have a mild thing against cameras in my house.
Uh-huh.
Like cameras at my front. There's only so far. I definitely have, all of the, some more technology than some people are comfortable with, less than others. But I'm still uncomfortable with cameras in my house and Wi-Fi controlled entryways, like my garage, my door locks. Right. I'm like, I'm not all the way there with that. You know what I'm saying? I can't.
You have a cell phone?
Yeah, I have a cell phone. Yeah.
Okay. You have a computer?
Yes.
All right, then shut up.
They're not pointing at
you. Like how I just took back my power, my tech power. I just snatched it from the jaws of hatred.
Oh, shut up, dude. Look, I'm not saying that you don't have these things, right? I'm saying there's some things like a Wi-Fi camera in your children's room that's a little uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, definitely.
Like I'm not sure if I want that much access. Although, I mean, it shouldn't be a problem at all. It's like sort of the thing about like, don't park your car over there because it might get broken into. It's like, man, don't break into my fucking car. How about that? Like, how about we start there? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I got to do anything. Yeah. Why can't you just not do what you're supposed to?
You could be sitting out here the whole time. Make sure nobody breaks.
Exactly. Just, but at the same time, that's not reality. So it's like, I'm not all the way there with cameras in my crib. I don't think I ever really will be. You know what I'm saying? Inside the house.
I get that.
Pointing out towards the street, I'm even a little weirded out by, especially since Ring has done that deal with law enforcement, so they can use your cameras and use the Ring footage. I'm like, man, listen, I don't know about all that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I use the AOL camera, and I use the MySpace personal assistant. I use the you
can get hacked.
Smart fridge powered by Friendster.
All right, when Tom is hacking you and you're gonna turn on your computer, it's gonna be a big glitter image of your name.
It's gonna turn my refrigerator into a GeoCities website.
Basically. Yeah, didn't we have a topic on here where the young lady used her refrigerator for Twitter?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You could do that. Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, it's terrifying. So yeah.
Damn nerd.
I don't know if I really want dude to go to jail. I kind of want the father to be able to catch up with homeboy. I think that.
Oh, that's the whole thing. You would instantly turn me into Liam Neeson. Yeah.
We're gonna scrap.
I don't have a special set of skills, but I could find someone who does.
Yeah, this ain't a game, but you better be hacking from like a compound with weapons in it, because if I catch you, it's going down. So yeah. Matter of fact, I mean, I'm not sure. Yeah, I generally somebody might.
You're going to try and shoehorn a segue in, aren't you?
No, I was. If you would have gotten out of the way, I would have been able to
not
do
shoehorn.
So.
You horn.
All right, I can't do the segue now, so I'm just gonna jump into it. Close out topic. I know a lot of y'all
give it a shot
already. Well, I was gonna say I would call dude a dick.
Shoot your shot.
I would call dude a dick, but actually I prefer to just call dude a penis fish at this point. Topic name.
This is all yours, buddy.
Topic name via Trek. Flight of the penis fish.
Brilliant.
Thousands of 10-inch penis fish washed up on a California beach, reports Sky News and several other reporting outlets. These are fish. They're technically worms. They're not fish. They look like 10-inch penises, and they were exposed on the sand after powerful storms hit the west coast of the United States. They're also called fat innkeeper fish, just in case you want to know anything else about them. These things are laid. It's like a bunch of living dildos laid out on the beach.
I again, what is my picadillo every time something like this? When there is extraneous information in the article, what does Kev always want to know? What's the methodology? What is the dynamic? Was someone out there with a measuring tape and was like 999, 1,000? Oh, they pretty much all about 10. Or was it somebody with a 10-inch dildo that was just like, all right, match. That's got to be at least 1,000. Or was it more scientific? Who knows?
I'm assuming that they knew the adult size.
Or just a dude who just got naked and rolled.
Good Lord.
Along the beach.
I'm off.
And just couldn't tell where he ended and where the beach began.
I feel like this should be this has to be the last show of the year. We have to figure out something else. Oh God, yo.
My favorite line of the article, for no particular reason other than because it's the best line of the article. Right. The critters were spotted flopped across the sands of Drake's Beach. Of course.
Oh my God. Oh man.
Yeah.
Of all the things to watch up on the shore, I hated the video of the, like, I had to, the video automatically comes on certain articles. So I'm like reading the article and the sound's coming on. So I kind of like, wait, what happened? So I look slightly up on my screen to see like measuring guy, like messing with it. I'm like, okay, look, dude.
The measuring guy?
I mean, I'm just calling him measuring guy because I think that, I'm using your joke from a second earlier, but
well, was it Drake?
It wasn't Drake. It could have been a distant uncle of some sort, but I was like, okay, listen, this is actually tad bit obscene though. Like, for real, this is a little worse than Lizzo twerking. Maybe we shouldn't do this. Maybe we should just, okay, show it. You don't need to be like, figuring it out in front of us.
But is it though? Should we be shaming? I mean, come on, Trek. It's nature. It's nature. Maybe they all thought they were on the Jumbotron.
We have segued this show very well.
Who are we to judge?
Weird judge. I mean, I'm not trying to see anybody play with a penis fish for 10 seconds.
What right do we have to play God? I like how there's like a close up of somebody holding it and they use two hands. I was like, oh, that's
yeah.
That's a lot.
It was quite a bit.
Didn't mention how big her hands were. Just saying.
I tuned out 2 minutes ago, I think I just went into like a total different state of mind at this point.
The PTSD just kicked in.
It's weird though, because this story coincides with another story that I read recently that's not on Rap Sucks Radio this week, but I read an article that said like 20,000 people from Las Vegas have moved to California recently. And then 2 days later, a bunch of penises wash up on the show. And I'm like, wow, is this all connected? Like, how? Okay. Sorry, people from Vegas.
What, they couldn't afford a big house like they had in Vegas, so they just had to like dump. They got rid of their storage space, and they were just like, well, it's got to go somewhere.
That's it. That's what happened. Yeah, I don't think these worms were moved at all. I think they were gentrified out of their neighborhood. Somewhere there. Yeah.
Wow. Let me ask you something. If you went swimming in the ocean,
Oh my God! Don't do this.
and you would you rather get stung by 800 stingrays, or come ashore unstung to thousands of 10-inch penis worms,
So
or penis fish, or fat innkeeper penis worms?
I'm not. I don't want to get stung by nothing. So I'm gonna have to just take my chances with the disgusting fish or worm or whatever.
Or would you rather just emerge from the water to the loving embrace of Lizzo's thong?
Oh, okay, wait. Over which of the three
these are
do
your
I have
choices.
to place them in order?
It's a Sophie's choice. What?
Okay.
Yeah. Put them in order. Let's really break this down.
Okay. Lizzo's thong would be one.
Wow, that's number one. Like number one being best.
That's the best case scenario.
Okay.
Second would be the penis fish, and third would be the stung. I won't get stung by shit ever.
There you go. There you go.
With all that being said, though, can you imagine like you don't know that these things are up there, and you get out of water, you kind of take a deep breath. And all your friends are standing on the shoreline just waiting for you to come out of the water because you're yeah. So that's why
Just smells like fat innkeeper.
and the camera
By the way, that's body shaming.
that is body shaming, fat innkeeper.
And by the way, who's to say that Lizzo's thong is not going to sting you?
Well, I actually started to make that joke, but I'm trying my best to keep this show on track.
And we're not saying it is.
But we're not saying it isn't.
We're not saying it isn't.
Oh man! All right, we got to tune out. Yo. Thank y'all.
Let's let you just roll with that. You just go ahead and leave that there.
Somebody is out there in that beach rolling around. No, they're having a great time or whatever. I did make a Magic Johnson joke already, though, right? Anyway,
You did. You tried.
I tried to. Well, I also just did right now. So, rapsucksradio.com. Thank y'all for checking us out, man. Please like, rate, subscribe, discuss, get down with us. We'll catch y'all next week. That would be, well, it technically won't be the year end because I think the 31st would be the last episode of the year. But it'll sort of be a bit.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah, so we got like 3 more episodes in the year of 2019.
Good time for us to, we got to produce some quality because this is the time of the year where people actually have a chance to listen to our nonsense.
I feel like we did pretty good with this one. We got to hit it out the park from here on out, like we have been doing.
Gather, hack your Ring cameras, get your kids downstairs by the fireplace, gather the grandparents around, turn on the radio to Rap Sucks Radio, and enjoy.
We'll catch y'all next time, man, on the count of 3. Well, actually, you've been listening to Rap Sucks Radio with your homeboy Trek Life and your fam, Kev Sakota.
Yep.
And on the count of 3, we say peace. We'll catch y'all next week. 1, 2, Kev. 3.
Peace. Oh.
1, 2, 3. Peace.
I know I was on.
Not even
that
close.
time. If you mess me up,
Not
even
even
cool.
close. Next week.
Whatever, dude.